Welcome back. We're on the last question of the of the 20 questions Star Wars, and it is, of course, the last question is, what does Star Wars mean to me? My answer to that is Star Wars to me means unlimited possibilities. It means you can make real what you can only dream of, and it just means awesomeness as well, because it's just amazing. It's an amazing series. It's an amazing movie series. It's an amazing book series. I think it's being tampered with a little bit, but where the hell is that? There he is. No! Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna actually get fucked by PvE before I have a chance to fight players. So yeah, that's Star Wars to me. I'm gonna go through quickly now and just talk about the books I've listened to of Star Wars. Fatal Alliance. Well, okay, I'll go in order. So the books I listened to are the Darth Bane trilogy. I've already talked a lot about that in another UHC series. So if you want to know more about the Darth Bane trilogy, go watch those videos. Cause pretty great trilogy. After that, I listened to Darth Plagueis, which is awesome. A great book again. Very long, but worth it, to be honest. It's a great story. It tells the story of Darth Plagueis very well. You know, the story that we're kind of implied about in Revenge of the Sith. Oh my god, this water is fucking me over. Yeah, these caves are really fucking me sideways. So, I'm just gonna go down here and start roller coasting, because I really need gold now. So, then I listen, by the way, all these books, they're audiobooks. I listen to them through the audiobook version. I listened to Deceived by Paul S. Kemp, read by Mark Thompson. I'm gonna say who they were read by, too. So the Darth Bane trilogy is read by Jonathan Davis. His name will come up in a lot of really popular Star Wars books. The Darth Plagueis book written by James Luceno. Oh, and the Darth Bane books are written by Drew Karpyshyn. The Darth Plagueis books written by James Luceno are the book, I should say, not books. The book Darth Plagueis, written by James Luceno, is voiced by Daniel Davis. He does a great job of portraying both Darth Plagueis and Sidious as well. And then I did Deceived by Paul S. Kemp, read by what was his name? Mark Thompson. Also a name you'll hear in Star Wars a lot. For the Star Wars audiobooks anyway. After Deceived, I went on to Fatal Alliance, which is another Old Republic book. There we go. Damn it! Okay, so there's a fucking lava cave here in my way. It seems like it'll work. So Deceived is about Darth Malgus. Have you ever seen the Old Republic game trailers? Darth Malgus was the Sith that was in all three of them. It's about his sacking of the Jedi Temple that was in the third cinematic trailer, and it's about the effects of that on Ven Zalo's former Padawan. Ven Zalo, of course, being the Jedi that he slayed in the temple, and the after effects on the Sith Empire as well as the Jedi and the Republic that sacking Coruscant and the Jedi Temple had. On both sides, and you get to see some Sith politics, which you don't see often. Get to see some another Jedi getting annoyed with the way the political situation is being handled, and so it's certainly a very interesting story to read about, and I've had trouble going back to it because it's still, you know, it's still political, so it still can get kind of annoying. But it's not as much of a drag as I thought it would be going into it. After that, I went on to Revan, another Old Republic book. If I can remember this, Fatal Alliance, I can't remember who it was written by. Revan was written by Drew Karpyshyn, and also voiced by Mark Thompson. Same with Fatal Alliance was also voiced by Mark Thompson. Revan is about the times of I think it's right after the first Knights of the Old Republic game, because Revan is the main character in that. So it's his story combined with Lord Scourge's story, and you see him kind of going into the going to Dromund Kaas and trying to infiltrate and whatever. So that's pretty interesting, him dealing with getting his memories back of when he was evil. What else is there? So after I did Revan, I didn't do... The next book was... What was it? It was Annihilation. I didn't do that, because I knew it was going to be like a heist sort of thing, and I didn't know if I was interested in it. Turns out I was. The next book to listen to was Ahsoka, which of course is about Ahsoka after the Clone Wars and before Rebels. How she gets found by Bail Organa and joins the rebellion. And it's voiced by Ashley Eckstein, who is the one who voices Ahsoka in Rebels and the Clone Wars, so that's pretty awesome. It of course helped me, visualize the book better because it was actually her speaking from Ahsoka's character, so loved Ahsoka. After that, I think I did Revenge of the Sith, the novelization, as audiobook form, which was pretty great, voiced by Jonathan Davis, I want to say. Yeah, it was voiced by Jonathan Davis. Fuck me, dude. There is literally nothing I'm finding. Revenge of the Sith novelization is better than the movie easily, but it tells the story better, it fills in gaps, it makes things more interesting, and then after Revenge of the Sith novelization, what did I do? Let me open my Audible app, because I'll be able to see. So... it might have been Labyrinth of Evil, which is also a very interesting book, so I'm just going to read them off. Labyrinth of Evil, Annihilation, A New Dawn, Dark Disciple, Lords of the Sith, The Force Unleashed, Shatterpoint. Okay, so let's talk about Shatterpoint, which is a book about Mace Windu during the Clone Wars. This book was written, I think, before the Clone Wars TV show, but it was written about Mace Windu and him going through the force of his homeland and trying to find his former Padawan, Deva Balaba, who actually became a master before she kind of got seduced by the dark side. Shatterpoint is also voiced by Jonathan Davis and written by Matthew Stover. It's a fascinating book. It really delves into some of the darker side of Star Wars in general, and of Mace Windu's character with his Shatterpoint ability, as well as the Vapad form for fighting Sith, or fighting the dark side, really. Really interesting book series, or book here. Talk about Lords of the I'll come back to Lords of the Sith. I'm going to talk about now The Force Unleashed, which is about Darth Vader's secret apprentice. If you've ever read or ever played the games The Force Unleashed or The Force Unleashed 2, it's just the novelization of those games. And I finally have enough to make a goddamn gapple. Is absorption on? That's what I want to know. Where is absorption? Disabled. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna want to eat that gap right away. So yeah, it's just about Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller, and his time as Darth Vader's secret apprentice. Him versus Darth Vader and then the Emperor. It's very fascinating. I haven't done Force Unleashed 2 yet, so Not gonna be there for a while. There's Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader, which is a fascinating book written by James Luceno and voiced by Jonathan Davis, which is about both Darth Vader right after Revenge of the Sith and some Jedi that were not immediately killed by the clones. One was Rowan Shrine. The other was Oli Starstone. All pretty interesting characters. The whole series was pretty interesting. Or I keep saying series, man. The whole book was pretty interesting. Then we have I think what I'm missing now is just Annihilation, which is another book in the Old Republic written by Drew Karpyshyn, voiced by Mark Thompson, and it's about the non-Force sensitive son of Satele Shan, the Jedi from the first two Old Republic trailers, and the soldier. His name was it Marcus? I can't remember what his name was. So it's interesting to see him go on. He's the non-Force sensitive son of the Jedi Grandmaster, which by itself is an interesting concept. And he basically just goes and he goes with Jedi Master Nostral and infiltrates a crazy powerful ship to try to stop it from killing people and deactivate it. So pretty great book. Now, the reason I was holding off on the others was because the books, Dark Disciple, A New Dawn, and Lords of the Sith are all part of the new canon. So is Ahsoka, but I forgot about it. Oh, and there's also Kenobi. Let me talk about Kenobi, because Kenobi is a more interesting book than I would have thought. I thought, well, he's just going to be doing his time, but they really do a great job of making you invested in the characters in this book. I listened to it so fast, I could not stop. So it's a fascinating book, trust me. I don't want to say too much because that's the twists and turns and parallels even between it and the normal Star Wars story we know are just so fascinating that you have to see for yourself. So we have Lords of the Sith, which is set sometime in between, Revenge of the Sith and I guess in between that and Rebels. And it's called Lords of the Sith, but it really more focuses on... Oh my god, I almost forgot I had the gapple. It really more focuses on Cham Syndulla and the Free Lyloth Freedom Fighters movement. Following Cham and Isfel and also Vader. So I find it pretty interesting. However, it's an book. When you really think about it, it's got a strange, fucked up even for the dark side ending. I don't know, just all of it is kind of weird. Come here, skeleton, or creeper, I mean. Come here. Oh boy, come on again. Whoop. So we had, Dark Disciple, which I actually really did not like. I regret kind of buying it, to be honest. But oh well, too late. Dark Disciple was about, we'll find out next time what it was about.